Hi, my name is ColdBeer, and let's start with Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2.
If you ever wanted to know who would win the battle between an army of armored ducks or one Chuck Norris, or between an angry Tyrannosaurus and John Wick, it is your game. Even if the main game lacks some heroes, mods have it all. 10,000 Obamas versus the same amount of ostriches? Sure. A Jedi versus 7 Jesuses? Of course, make it happen. Also keep in mind that the technology here lets you generate hundreds of thousands of units at the same time, without frying your PC, and the requirements are not super high as well, so the game has it all, but that's kinda it. You will be entertained for a day, maybe two. Although I can say from my own experience, it will immerse you for hours, and your will must be legendary to just stage one epic battle, watch it and go back to work. This ain't gonna happen, so be sure you have plenty of free time before installing. Life is Strange Remastered. This is basically the same old good Life is Strange, but more beautiful, with enhanced visuals and vastly improved animation using mocap technology. So this is a story about a girl who discovers that she can rewind time, so she and her friends start to investigate the mysterious disappearance of a fellow student. But it so happens that if you change the past, the future is changed as well. And sometimes those changes are not what you want. You know, you can sleep with your own grandfather and become a mother to your mother. That breaks life, universe and everything 42 times in a row. So if in real life you suddenly will gain this power of rewinding time, do not sleep with anyone. So basically continue as you are now. Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition. The game without a doubt has one of the most impressive worlds among all CRPG games. Really unique locations, art style and characters makes this game a must-play for every RPG fan. Although keep in mind that Planescape Torment is more like a book where you can choose what the main protagonist will do next. Fighting part is not as important here as dialogues, but in general the game is more than 50 hours long, so if you can enjoy walls of text, you will be up for a treat. The game is old, but this enhanced edition is, enhanced with better resolution, 4K interface, quick loot, remastered music and all the life quality improving content that we didn't have back then when it initially came out. This is without a doubt a classic that you can't ignore. Squad. This is a tactical military action first-person shooter. Here you can compete in massive scale 50 versus 50 battles and work with your teammates. So basically there are a lot of dudes who can just snipe you the moment you show yourself out in the open. Make sure that your patience is strong. Here you'll find a wide selection of realistic faction-specific weapons and vehicles, allowing you to build your own equipment that best suits your preferred tactics. The game features 13 factions, 24 huge maps and a massive arsenal of weapons and vehicles. The combat here was designed to provide the most fun, immersive and authentic infantry experience possible. Well, the game has around 80% positive reviews, so I would say that is a success. Cool thing is an in-game communication system that allows you to talk to other soldiers locally, in squad, between squad leaders, or even to the overall team commander. Shout atrocities, get banned, the usual. Just be sure that you have a nice PC because the game is not very optimized and can melt your hardware quite easily. The Last Faith. This is a beautiful Metroidvania Souls-like with non-linear exploration mechanics. Dark visuals, gothic landscape and gloomy atmosphere is for sure not oriented for those who like airy-fairy games vomiting with colors. So here you will journey along snow-dusted mountains and castles, and along the way you will discover and upgrade a range of tools for destruction. People on Steam are saying that The Last Faith is very similar to Bloodborne. Players are praising the great soundtrack and entertaining combat. Bosses are very fun to fight as well. The bad thing is that exploration is not very rewarding. Players are complaining that you can find weapons you can't use and spells you cannot cast without heavily investing in some lame stats you don't even remotely want. Anyway, the game has around 80% positive reviews, so if you like the genre, you may want to give it a try. Sovereign Syndicate. Here in this Victorian steampunk CRPG you will explore an open world filled with mystery and danger. You can choose from 3 playable characters with branching stories that intertwine. You will investigate, interact and take action to leave your mark on the world and its inhabitants. You will not find any random stat points here and will have to use your skills to level them up. Game wants you to trust your fate to the innovative tarot card chance system. You can solve problems with combat, persuasion, magic or even explosives. The game is heavily influenced by games like Fallout, Baldur's Gate and Disco Elysium. NPCs react to your gender, race, appearance and choice of dialogue, so you'd better look and act the part if you want the right results. But not everything is certain. Luck plays a role, and it's all in the cards with the aforementioned tarot card chance system. Well, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of randomness in the games, and luck is exactly that. A random outcome to which you have no or little influence, at least when we are talking about approximately equal chances of success and failure. Of course, in many games your skill level in certain areas may influence the outcome heavily, but if some outcome is important and you got a disappointing result, you will load the save game and try again. That's how I got Nettie to let us go peacefully in Baldur's Gate 3. I tried as many times as I needed. That is the biggest flaw with luck in games. You just load and try again. And again, well, you can eliminate the save game feature and leave only autosave, like I recently saw in Dying Light 2, so you have to stick with your decision even if you don't want to, or start the game over from the beginning. The result of that? I just stopped playing. Anyway, Sovereign Syndicate may very well be a hidden gem or at least a nice polished rock. If you are in doubt, you can play the demo version already. Terminator Resistance. This is a post-apocalyptic first-person shooter set during the future war scenario that was only glimpsed in the first two iconic Terminator movies. We all know that the machines are destined to lose, but at what cost? So basically here you'll fight evil robots who have only one thing in their minds:
destroy all the humans.
And that is a bit, not cool for you, so you will try to make their job complicated. So here you will level up your skills and explore a post-apocalyptic world for scraps to trade and craft, also interact with other survivors and change their fates. Also, you can be involved in pretty much serious romance with all the, visuals, so probably don't play it with your daughter watching behind you. People on Steam are saying that this is the real Terminator 3, as it should have been. It contains an amazing atmosphere, also interesting story and developed characters. The gameplay is captivating as well. You can run and gun or sneak and hack through Skynet's defenses. So there are a lot of ways to show this rogue ChatGPT who the real boss is. And it's you, my friend. It's you. You are the best. Now subscribe. Age of Mythology Retold. So this is a spin-off from the Age of Empires franchise that was revived as a remastered version in 2024. The release was very successful because they stayed faithful to the principles and listened to the fans. Nothing like Warcraft Reforged. So the game has around 90% review score on Steam, and that is a huge success. Not as huge as your mama, but really impressive. Here you'll embark on a multiple campaign spanning 50 missions that will take you across a vast mythical world. You will besiege the mighty walls of Troy, battle giants in the frozen wastes of Midgard, and discover the mysteries of the best potato salad recipe. Well, at least some of these are true. The game has really beautiful graphics with a not bad physics engine, and it also supports controller. Probably not for intense PvP battles, but for casual campaign after a hard day at work. People on Steam are praising the game in unison. The only thing that triggers players is the remade voice acting. If you never played the game, you probably won't even care, but if you did try the original version, you will feel that uncanny valley right away. Nevertheless, this is a minor thing, the game is great. 9-bit Armies, a bit too far. Most of us know the 8-bit RTS series, and this is the latest game in the franchise. In 9-bit Armies you will rally your military forces across a variety of battlefields and act out your strategy over land, sea and air. Yeah, the holy trinity of every good RTS game. You will deploy your airborne soldiers, destroy bridges and aim your super weapons at your puny enemies. You can also join others online, playing together with your friends in co-op campaigns or against them in a mix of skirmishes supporting up to 8 players. The game is filled with various innovations like swimming infantry or sharks who can eat them, but the UI and whole setting looks and feels very close to Command & Conquer, so you will feel right at home here. 9-bit Armies will provide a bit better and smoother gameplay, better map layouts and medal system kinda similar to StarCraft 2 campaign achievements. You can download new maps and mods with full Steam Workshop integration and discover new ways to render all to burning bits and bytes. You can also upload your own mods and maps to share with friends and foes alike. Game also supports LAN PvP, so you can organize wild parties with your friends and keep your virginity safe like never before. Iron Harvest. The game is set in an alternative timeline of the First World War. The main thing that distinguishes our world from Iron Harvest is the giant steam-powered robots, main weapons of the war. You'll find a huge variety of them, and I'll be honest, they look very detailed. All the design features are absolutely 10 ColdBeers out of 10, although the gameplay itself is... well, it's a decent strategy game, but if you are a fan of StarCraft or Command & Conquer, Iron Harvest is not for you. Avoid at all cost. Like, literally, do not take it even if it's free, even if they pay you. But if you are just a casual player, then yeah, try it out. Keep in mind, your grandma as well could play this game, even if she's dead. Mine is dead and she plays this game all the time with my other dead grandma, and even they want a faster game. So Iron Harvest is that slow, I'm not kidding. Although that doesn't mean that Iron Harvest is easy. It's slow, but it's hard. It will challenge you and your grandma. You can play online in co-op mode together, by the way. The most annoying thing is that robots have reaction delays. You click on some spot and then you watch how your mech still goes to the previous direction for 1 second or so, then stops, then slowly starts turning and moving where you want it to go. The developers say that they did it because of physics and realism, but what it actually does, it infuriates you and you just want to quit the game. Age of Darkness, Final Stand. Since that StarCraft mission I played 20 years ago, where I had to hold my base intact against a never-ending Zerg attack, this concept landed in a warm place in my cold beard heart. Later I have played countless maps like that on StarCraft 2, and then There Billions was released. I enjoyed the game, it was so fun to play, but I was slightly disappointed as well, because it lacked unit types and was kinda repetitive. Age of Darkness is a bit different. It has a technology allowing over 70,000 swarming AI units on screen at the same time. Also day and night transitions and more defensive unit types than They Are Billions had. The downside is that some people are complaining that campaign missions are bugged and sometimes the game just crashes. In survival mode it is a way better experience. Although the game is in early access, don't expect miracles. Anyway, defending from hordes of nightmares is a very satisfying experience. And yeah, that sounds nice, but we all know how this gameplay will go for you. You'll see some zombies breaching your walls and then you'll be like,
this is fine.
and after a moment you'll just rage quit. Slay the Spire. More than 100,000 players are recommending this game for you, and so do I. Slay the Spire is a fuse of card games and roguelike titles. Here you can craft a unique deck, encounter bizarre creatures, and discover relics of immense power while trying to climb up the ladder. Game features a dynamic deck building, so assemble your deck wisely. Discover hundreds of cards to add to your deck with each attempt at climbing the Spire. Select cards that work together to efficiently dispatch foes and reach the top. People on Steam are talking that Slay the Spire is really addictive, and yeah, I'm seeing a lot of hours played in the comment section. 200 is quite a casual number here, so another game that will keep your virginity safe and sound for a long time. War for the Overworld. This is a strategy-based building RTS where you will excavate and build your own dungeon. Yes, you are almighty evil dungeon master or mistress. Here you can choose from over 60 rooms, spells, potions, rituals, defenses and constructs as you progress through the game. Just be warned, the game is quite fast-paced, so you'll have to build like a swift underlord you are, or else your beautiful dungeon creatures might not win against the ugly puny heroes. In the game you can also build your own maps and campaigns, so unleash that inner creator you borrowed somewhere deep down under the bed long time ago. It's your time to shine. People on Steam are calling this game a spiritual successor of Dungeon Keeper. You know, with all the dark humor, evil creatures and evil you. Kingdom Rush Tower Defense. This is one of the best rated games on Steam overall. The review score revolves around 97%, and that is more than impressive for a simple tower defense game. Well, to call it simple is overstating. It is made so well you will constantly feel rewarded by the decisions you make. So in other words, this is a serotonin factory for your brain. A few years ago I was running an electric scooter rental business in Palanga, one of the resort cities of Lithuania, and this game helped me kill time big time. You know, when you have to sit all day in one place hoping that someone will rent your scooter, that may sound boring, and it was. Well, money was good, but still the boredom was overwhelming. But when I installed this game on my laptop, I was excited to go to work because I could play it all day, and that was awesome. This game, and honestly, the whole franchise of Kingdom Rush is amazing, and undoubtedly the best tower defense game I have ever tried in my life. I can totally recommend it for you without any doubts.
Turnip boy robs a bank.
That dude is a real menace, and he's ready to commit more felonies in this comedic action-adventure game with roguelike elements. This time the career criminal is teaming up with a fearsome pickled gang to plan and execute the most notorious heist of all time. You will have to shake down hostages, steal precious valuables, and explore the deep, dark depths and history of the Botanical Bank. You'll need to purchase an array of dangerous and wacky tools from the dark web. However, bank robbing isn't easy, so be prepared for intense shootouts with security vegetables and elite SWAT teams. People on Steam aren't holding their horses when they speak about the game. Almost unanimously, people are praising the title and calling it a masterpiece. Although keep in mind that it is quite short, it will take from 6 to 10 hours to beat. The Walking Dead, the Telltale Definitive Series. I think most of us have watched or at least have heard about the TV series of The Walking Dead. It was a wonderful show for a few seasons. Then almost every at least a bit more interesting actor left the show, mostly because of the poor writing, but it still continued for like 30 more seasons. Well, I am exaggerating of course, and I have to admit that I stopped watching it way past the mark where it stopped being good. Where a hair model without any acting skills and a samurai girl without face expressions led the show. It was bad but still addicting. Anyway, I'm telling you all this because this game is like TV show, but when it was actually good. Yeah, I know it's hard to remember those times, but Telltale's game is a masterpiece, and this time I am not exaggerating. This version contains 23 unique episodes and more than 40 hours of content. It may not be the cheapest game, but if you want a story-rich interactive fiction with multiple endings, it would be hard to find a better deal than this. God and Story. This is a social sim and adventure RPG where you play as Concord, a newly appointed village guardian. There is lots to keep you busy. Not only your neighbors need assistance, but a mysterious rot has seeped into the foundations of once flourishing island. Honestly, that part of the story is a shameful ripoff from yonder Cloudcatcher Chronicles, or from a never-ending story. Although that doesn't really matter because this game is really different in many other aspects. Anyway, he will help your friends with their struggles and they will help you through yours. You know that raging addiction to pineapples in your potato salad will not go away by itself. You need help. So here you'll have to balance caring for the environment, exploring new regions and fostering new friendships as you solve puzzles and help restore the grove to glory. Aliens: Dark Descent. In this tactical real-time strategy, you will command a squad of hardened colonial marines to stop a terrifying xenomorph outbreak on a distant, unwelcoming planet. You will lead your soldiers in real-time combat against iconic xenomorphs, rogue operatives from devious Wayland Yutani Corporation, and a host of horrifying creatures new to the Alien franchise. So here you are, the commander, and soldiers are your weapon. With their help, you will infiltrate large open levels and annihilate enemies with your squad. Tread carefully as your foes will adapt their tactics to your actions. Monsters will be hunting you down, and the death here is permanent. You know, like the hunger of your cat, or the noises your neighbors make. So if you have a handsome soldier you don't want to lose, you might want to put it behind the others. Although be warned that the aliens can ambush you from behind as well.
Did you say something about behind?
Yeah, he definitely said something about it behind. I heard him.
Oh, shut up. Dark Descent is an original story filled with iconic xenomorph creatures, ranging from facehuggers to Praetorians, alien queens, and many more. Dark Descent has around 90% of positive reviews, and people on Steam are saying that this is the perfect game for Alien Universe fans, and after The Isolation, it's probably the best game about xenomorphs. Resident Evil 2. This is a complete remake of a classic game. Overwhelmingly positive review score softly hints that it was a complete success as well. Resident Evil 2 offers a fresh take on a classic survival horror saga with realistic visuals, immersive audio, and a new over-the-shoulder camera. You will also get modernized controls on top of gameplay modes from the original game. I can still remember when I played the original game when I was 14 years old, and somehow I had my mental balls big enough to play it every evening after school. Well, on those rare occasions when I actually went to school. I'm a YouTuber not because I was very good at studying, you know, but I was good at games. That's why you should avoid me if you need your appendix surgically removed, but if you want your boredom removed, I'm your guy, that's for sure. Nioh Complete Edition. This game, as you probably already know, is a third-person Souls-like action RPG. You play as a lone traveler in the age of samurai who lands on the shores of Japan. You must fight your way through the vicious warriors and supernatural creatures that infest the land in order to reach your destination. The complete edition contains the full game and 3 expansions with additional story chapters. People are jokingly saying that in this game you are Weeaboo Geralt, and as with the Witcher game, you just have to play Nioh with a gamepad.
Or you will suffer even more.
Yeah, the game is Souls-like, remember? By the way, in 2021, Nioh Complete Edition was free on Epic, so you might have it already if you were used to taking free goodies from there. Going medieval. Stake your claim in this colony building sim and survive a turbulent medieval age where almost everyone has died from plague. You will construct a huge fortress in a land reclaimed by wilderness, defend against raids and keep your villagers happy as their personalities are shaped by the world around them. While keeping in mind all that plague and also occasional pillaging, keeping villagers happy might be a harder thing than, getting drunk from non-alcoholic beer. Keep in mind that the game is very similar to RimWorld. People on Steam are calling it RimWorld Elite or Medieval RimWorld, but don't be scared, these are positive comments, meaning that if you like the famous game, you will probably like Going Medieval as well. The game is in early access, so don't expect miracles, although it has a very positive review score on Steam, so it is in a good shape already. Wizard of Legend. This is a fast-paced dungeon crawler with roguelike elements that emphasizes dynamic magical combat. Quick movement and even quicker use of spells will allow you to chain spells together to unleash devastating combos against your puny, pathetic enemies. You will collect valuable spells and relics and build up your magical arsenal to fit your playstyle, which, as we all know, is to die again and again and again. You'll find over 100 unique spells and discover various spell combinations and synergies. People on Steam are saying that this is a fun game, although it has some annoying stuff, like getting stun-locked by some basic enemy and losing half of your health. It feels like you are getting robbed by a grandma with a fork or something. Despite that, the game is very well received by players. About 90% of reviews are positive. Have a Nice Death. This is an action roguelite platformer where you play as an overworked death. Your employees have run rampant, completely throwing off the balance of souls and your vacation plans. In order to restore order, you'll have to grab your trusty scythe and show your employees how it's done. You'll meet a diverse cast of memorable characters, sharpen your scythe skills, and engage in fast-paced hack-and-slash combat, utilizing over 70 unique weapons and spells. Since death can't die, this is a perfect setting for the roguelike genre. You just start again, alive, if death is alive. Well, that makes me wonder. Anyway, a performance review after every run guarantees that you unlock interesting items and upgrades that will help you progress on your journey. Players are saying that the graphics are really nice, gameplay is really fun, but it can become quite repetitive rather quickly as well. The game has a very positive review score on Steam, and the average reviewer has recorded gameplay time between 5 and 50 hours. But while scrolling through the comments, I've seen guys with hundreds of hours, 400, 500, 600 hours of gameplay on record. Their virginity is really safe and going nowhere. Knights Within. This is a very fun indie project where you will eradicate hordes of knights as another knight. The catch is that you have an automatic rifle and you can live your ultimate fantasy of having modern weapons in a medieval world. We all had this thought. What if I had a rifle against knights in shining armor? How many can I take down before a very painful death occurs? Well, at least one, right? But it's you, and the game is difficult, so I wouldn't bet all my potato salad on that outcome. No offense. Anyway, he will embark on a procedurally generated missions to push back the threat. Progressing through a mission will grant you randomized modifiers for both you and your enemies. The longer you survive, the crazier the powers get, keeping each run fresh and unique. You can play alone or co-op with up to 3 friends. Prehistoric Kingdom. The game is not just another Jurassic Park zoo manager. It's a bit different because it actually tries to show animals more scientifically accurate than Jurassic Park does, and also has not only dinosaurs but extinct animals as well, from saber-toothed tigers to woolly mammoths. Also, every animal grows from baby to adult, changing their proportions, sounds and behaviors in real time. Here baby animals are not just the copies of adult creatures but smaller, they're actually different. That is nice. The They need to eat, drink, sleep and satisfy their social needs through behaviors like herding and socialization. So most of them will probably die under your control, but hey, these animals are imaginary. That's why you are allowed to play with them in the first place. The game also has first-person mode where you can feel like you are a visitor and explore your own zoo from a different perspective. Chill, relax, sit on a bench, watch your Spinosaurus eating a mammoth. You know, that is nice. The game has around 90% positive review score on Steam, so if you like games like that, it's a treat for you. Kenshi. This is a free-roaming, squad-based RPG focusing on open-ended sandbox gameplay. You can be a trader, a thief, a rebel, a warlord, a slave, or just food for the cannibals. The freedom is here and it's up to you how you would use it. You can research new equipment and craft new gear, purchase and upgrade your own buildings to use as safe fortified havens when things go bad, or use them to start up a business. Well, it's a sandbox game after all. You can aid or oppose the various factions in the world while striving for the strength and wealth necessary to simply survive in the harsh desert. You will train your men up from puny victims to master warriors, carry your wounded squadmates to safety and get them all home alive. The game is purely single player and it's an owner of overwhelmingly positive reviews left by tens of thousands of people. Spirittea. If you ever saw Hayao Miyazaki's masterpiece Spirited Away, you may be pleased to know that Spirittea is inspirited by this movie. The town here is crawling with troublesome souls, and you are the only one who can see them. So you'd better get that old bathhouse up and running. Maybe that will help them to chill out. The bathhouse is an ancient building hidden up in the mountain, and it's up to you to clean it up and fill it full of customers. And you better be sure that your customers are happy. Spirits aren't something you want to be angry at you. Like, have you seen The Ring? Anyway, once the beings visit your bathhouse, you'll need to clean towels, chop wood and heat the baths, and see the spirits with their friends for the ultimate bathing experience. So no stinky spirits in this game. Batman Arkham Asylum, Game of the Year Edition. This is the first one of the Arkham games. You may think that it is quite an old game, and you are right, around 15 years is not a joke. But surprisingly, the graphics are still great. I can't even imagine how this game felt back then, because when I look at it, it's like it never aged at all. Some Elijah Wood of games. Anyway, it still has overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam and is one of the best rated games on the store overall. Here you'll use the free-flow combat system to chain together unlimited combos seamlessly, and battle with huge groups of the Joker's henchmen in brutal melee brawls. You'll have to solve interesting puzzles with the help of a cutting-edge forensic tools, including X-ray scanning, fingerprint scan, spray and pheromone tracker, and sooner or later you will meet famous villains, such as the Joker, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy and Jada Pinkett Smith. Well, maybe not the latter, but anyway, this game is a masterpiece even if you don't like Batman. Ravenswatch. The nightmares here are like your ex, spreading and corrupting everything in their path, so you must hone your skills and find the strength to defeat the creatures of the nightmare, using unique hero abilities inspired by characters from folk tales and legends. Yeah, you can choose one of the well-known heroes, such as the Red Hood, Beowulf, or even Aladdin, and hack and slash your way through hordes of monsters. If you played Curse of the Dead Gods, you will be pleased to know that these are the same developers. If you didn't know the game, check it out. It's one of the best hack and slash roguelites inspired by Hades, and Ravenswatch kinda follows a similar visual style as Curse of the Dead Gods and lets you play alone or in a team of up to 4 players co-op. My time at Sandrock. This is a new adventure, crafting and farming game from the creators of My Time at Porsche. Better graphics, more things to do and a positive rating close to 90%. Basically, it is a perfect RPG game if you want to relax, but still explore the surroundings and keep yourself entertained. For example, I'm 40 plus years old and I usually play games like The Witcher 3, Skyrim and Baldur's Gate, but I really enjoyed playing Sandrock as well. And if you say that this game is only for little girls, then you probably are seriously concerned about your masculinity. I can lend you my magnifying glass for you to find your balls. Really, this game is great for adults as well. And let me tell you straight, play it to beat your anxiety. This game will show your unrestful mind that there is a place where you can relax and be safe. Anyway, here you will arrive in a wild post-apocalyptic city where it's up to you and your trusty tools to restore the community to its former glory. Gather resources to build machines, befriend locals and defend Sandrock from monsters, all while saving the city from from economic ruin. If you like games like My Time at Porsche, Stardew Valley, Yonder and similar ones, this is definitely your spoon of potato salad.
And now thank you for watching, have a nice day, and don't forget to subscribe, because, you know, it's best for you, it's best for me, let's become friends with benefits. You know, subscribe. Yeah, bye.
Subscribe to ColdBeer.